Awesome. Okay, what we said from coach, and then question, coach, go ahead.
Yeah, opening statement. Wow. Thank you. We didn't give them a whole lot. I think we hit them 3 times and walked them once. They got 15 hits, and they did most of the damage early. They put together a great first inning. I mean, it's like we couldn't get that third out. Gackle made some mistakes, man. He hung a couple breaking balls, and one of them left the park, one of them hit the wall, a couple of base hits, and I mean, give them credit. They came out on fire, and they had a plan, and they did it. And uh, we found ourselves down 5-0, then cut into the lead with a 2-out homer, and that was kind of nice to score a run there. And then we gave it right back to him, I think, with 4, and then we put together a really good inning. I'm not sure how many hits we had in that inning. Um, they really didn't give us a whole lot. They did throw a ball into the back of one of our runners, and our son got in the way or something happened there. But for the most part, we took our walks. We laid off some borderline pitches, and obviously got a couple of big hits that drove in some runs, and took the lead there, and then just held it. I mean, I guess depending on what kind of game you like, it was kind of a good game, I guess, for your fan. Maybe not so much as you're a coach. You're kind of thinking, yeah. I mean, even when we got the lead, I'm thinking, wow, I wasn't used to seeing that happen to Gackle, and that's concerning because I know I'm going to get asked that question. But more than anything, he was just up. He's up in the zone. He wasn't spotting his pitches, and he made a couple good pitches early, and then he'd leave something in the zone. They'd hammer it. If he made a mistake early, they hit it, and you know, we need to get him on track.
Is there anything other than location maybe that you want Gackle to learn from this start?
Well, he gave up a couple of 2-out hits, or excuse me, 2-strike hits that were, I think one of them left the yard, and there might have been 2 or 3 of them. And it's just, with 2 strikes, you got to be on the edge or you got to be off the plate, and he knows that. I think didn't have a good day. He didn't have a great day last weekend, and opening weekend it was pretty good, but it was cold, and we've got he'll get another start before we open conference, and hopefully it'll be a good one.
You guys have had some comeback victories already this year, but obviously this one a little bit bigger of a comeback. Do you feel like every season maybe you kind of need a game like this, a win like that, to build maybe some confidence and belief that no matter what the score is, you're still there?
Yeah, it's like I told the team we were down 8 or 9 to 1, and I still thought we had a chance to, because I think we'd only hit 3 times. We had at least 6 more at bats. I know we've got a good offense. You get down like that and the wind's blowing straight in, it makes it a little more difficult. Because a lot of times you have to win with a grand slam home run or get back in the game with a big swing. But yeah, I think when you come back and when you're kind of getting it handed to you, and they're getting you out pretty quick, and you find a way to put together, an inning where you score 10 runs in an inning. That's hard to do. It's like I told the team, you got to have a few things go your way. You got to hit the ball where they're not. Um, you got to have a walk or two, maybe an air mixed in there, and we just did a great job of laying off some borderline pitches, and we took our walks, we got our hits, and I think about a couple opposite field hits. I think Maxwell had a single to left, and he's a left-handed hitter, and I think Kozel had a single to left, and he took both of them were against, I think might have been left on left, and just going the other way, just trying to get the next guy to the plate. That's what you're trying to do when you're losing like that. You're not just sitting on a dead red pitch. You've got to have a plan, and I thought they all did a great job.
How big was one of the hits you didn't mention there was Rocco, the double down the line. I mean, bases loaded, a ground ball could end the inning, and a guy that maybe got off to a slow start really comes up for you there.
Yeah, he pinch hitter, and we just went with the matchup there a little bit, and he got down in the count pretty quick. I think he was down 0-2 or 1-2, and then I don't know if he fouled off a pitch or two, but he hit that ball down the line, and That was a big swing for us. All of a sudden, you start to see some life. You know, we're cut into it at the time. Then we were down maybe I don't know 6 with runners out there, and sometimes a home run right there it kills your rally. We needed big rally. You know, I like singles and doubles and walks, and you like to finish it with a homer. And uh, Cahill almost did it. You know, the wind's not blowing in like that over there. That ball probably travels out of the park, and he cleared him with a double off the top of the wall, and we ended up scoring a couple of runs after that, I think. So, uh, just a really big inning. It was good to have us hang out in the dugout for a long time and have their pitcher just sitting over there.
You never probably expect to score 10 in an inning, but did you have a feeling going into the fourth that y'all were about to get it going? You know, you got the home run in the previous inning. Was there a good feeling in the dugout at that point?
Well, I don't think there was panic in the dugout. I think that we feel like this team can score. You know, again, we didn't feel like we could get them all in one inning, but we still had 6 at bats, and so I don't think. I mean, yeah, we thought we were going to score. We just didn't think we'd score that many. You just look for a couple here and a couple there. You sneak back up on them, and then you get them late in the game. It was kind of a strange game. You know, if you tell me we were down that far and we come back and win the game, and I didn't see the game, I'm going to think we beat them late, 8th, 9th, we out whatever to beat them. But it's like the game going into the 5th just totally changed. All of a sudden, the bullpens for both teams just did a tremendous job. Sometimes 5 o'clock, 4:30, it's tough to see a little bit out there as well. Pitchers have a little bit of an advantage with that shadow. But I just think the pitchers for both teams threw a lot of strikes, did a nice job to finish it up.
Going back to Gackel, last week it seemed like he struggled throwing strikes. Today he caught a lot of the plate and they hit him hard. Well, was there something different that he did, or is he battling something
No,
specific? Or
he's not hurt or anything. I think he's just, I'm sure his confidence needs a little boost. And, the only way you can do that is go and have a good outing, have a good inning. And hopefully that'll be next weekend.
was there any thought taking him out earlier, or did you like what you saw in the second and third inning? Or
Yeah, he threw 29 pitches in the first inning, I think, and then not quite as many after that. And, we definitely wanted to get his pitch count up because I'm going to use him as a starter. If he didn't do it in a real game, he's got to go down the bullpen and do it. And yeah, we thought about it there in the second a little bit when I don't know if it got off to a good start then or what inning that was, but yeah, it was just a little bit of lack of command. This stuff was pretty good. The breaking ball, it didn't have the bite that it normally has. That's kind of what I saw from the side.
They hit two to the track in the second inning, I think, to center field. Is that right? Off of him. I think it was a 1-2-3 inning, right? But 2 of them to the track.
Yeah. Because they were pitches that he missed his spot, and I think he was ahead in the count. And you're kind of like, wow, let's hopefully you can get it together. We don't want to get in your bullpen that early on a Friday, and you can win a series on Friday if you can get the other team's bullpen, you beat them, and then you get their bullpen all used up. You're probably going to get them before the next 2 days are open or over.
Did Pepe start to pinch hit for someone else? Was I seeing things?
No, that was there was miscommunication there, not between me and Pepe, but somebody else. And I had Pepe hitting for Souza. I'll leave it at that.
Hey, Dave, it feels like these types of wins, you learn a lot about your team. Just
Yeah,
what do you feel like you learned?
I told you this team's pretty tough. Early I like the makeup of the team, and they have a little bit of an attitude, and they're very confident, and they're talented. But yeah, when we came back and won the first game of the year, and kind of let the lead slip away, and then I didn't see anybody panicking there, and we came back and punched in a couple. They gave it to us, but we took it. Still had to earn it, and same today. Now you get into the 7th or 8th, you're down 8 runs. It makes it a little more difficult, but we had time, and they're pretty fearless. They feel like we can do it.
Coyle went 6 up, 6 down for you. What have you seen from him so far early this season?
Well, he's been really good because he comes in and he pitches to both sides of the plate. He'll throw the cutter away to the right hander, and they're frustrated. They feel like it's outside, and it cuts back over. He'll throw it, into the right handers as well, and he'll get some ground balls to third, as you see, or some foul balls. But I really like the way he finished the last hitter off with his fastball in the inner half. Had him leaning out over the plate for that cutter and just busted him in and froze him. And So, he's been really good for us. And, as a staff, you're thinking about what you're trying to do. You got to have guys that you have confidence in. They're going to come in and throw it over the plate. And if you get beat, the other team's going to have to earn it. We're not going to walk him, so to speak. And he's done a tremendous job.
And what did you think of the way Couch finished it off? Got a little shaky there in the back-to-back hit batters, but he got out of it.
Stuff was really good. The first two pitches he threw, he couldn't have thrown them any better. Down and away, knee high at about, I don't know, upper 90s. I try not to look at the board. That's what it looked like. And then he, maybe missed a little bit with the third pitch and got it in on him. Still hit it decent to right, and then obviously he hits the next guy. Is that my phone? Probably. Anyway, yeah, it's he hits the next hitter and the next hitter. And then, he got the next hitter out and he struck him out with a slider. That was the only slider he threw. So that was a big time pitch. And we were told down in the pen that it was really good down there. So, and it looked really good. And obviously the hitter thought it was a fastball, and it was down and away, and he missed it by a lot. And I think if he needed to throw it to the last hitter, he felt like he needed to, he would. But he got that sinker going that his fastball's got a lot of sink on it, and kind of jammed that last.
Good. All right, coach.
Okay.
Excellent.